Hello everyone. As we told you, there is another part of the subjunctive. Now we will talk about past subjunctive. So first, I would like to clarify the word past. Past is not related with something that has happened in the past. So it's not related with past tense. The word past refers to the form of the verb that we will use in this type of subjunctive. So now we will talk about uses of the past subjunctive. So we have two main uses. First, if you want to talk about unreal or improbable present or future situations, you have to use past subjunctive, which is different from the present one. Because in the present, you are going to talk about something that is important or recommended. So in the past, you will talk about improbable present or future situations. So where we can use the past subjunctive? Its common use in the second conditional in the if clause, in the subordinate clause. So, as we know, in the second conditional, we used to talk about things in the future that are probably not going to happen, right? So, we will use past subjunctive. We have here some examples. So, I would travel if I were young. If I didn't have to do my workshop, I would play my video games. Another example, if I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. So what does it mean? That I probably won't win the lottery. So it's something that is not going to happen. So here we use past subjunctive. Now please pay attention to this form of the verb in the past. As you can see, if I were, if I didn't have. Well, so all is related with the form of the past subjunctive. As I told you, we will use the past simple tense. So, what does it mean? You have to apply the form of the past tense. Depends on the verb that we will use. If we will use a regular verb or an irregular verb. But now, this is the most important. We have an exception and it's applied with the verb to be. What happened? You will use always were for all pronouns. So that's why I told you pay attention to the last sentences. Why? Because I told you if I were, but we learned that if it's I, you have to use was. But no, in the subjunctive, you will use were for all pronouns. Here we have some examples. If I were you, I would apply right now. If your father were alive, he would help you. If they wanted, they would seek legal help. If I didn't study, I would pass the exam. So as you can check, we are using the past simple tense form, and we are using always were for all pronouns in the case of I, in the case of your father, which means he. This is about the form of the past subject. On the other hand, there are some expressions that have the meaning of unreal situations. So, we have four main expressions. So, if you find these expressions, it means that the next sentence has to be in the past subjunctive. So, first, it's time the president took the matter in hand. I wish it were not so cloudy today. If only I had a faster car. I would rather you didn't write everyone. So as you can see after the expressions, the verb is in past, but is not in past simple, is in past subjunctive. Now finally we have a sentence that is common in past subjunctive. So something or somebody looks, behaves, sounds as if or as though she were the last woman on earth. So if you see these three verbs, looks, behaves, or sounds, and they are before the conjunction as if or the conjunction as though, the next sentence will be in past subjunctive. So, she looks as if she were the last woman on earth. She behaves as though she were the last woman on earth. These conjunctions, as if or as though, are more formal ways of saying like. Okay, so these are expressions of unreal situations where you need to apply past subjunctive. Well, now we have some notes which are very important and useful in order to apply in a correct way the subjunctive, even if it's present or past. So, for example, after I wish, after the expression I wish, you may also use would to indicate that you are annoyed by the current situation. So, wish followed by would expresses frustration and a strong desire that someone else change their behavior. So, as you know, would is the past of will, so that's why it's past subjunctive. So, you need to add would before the main verb, and it will be past subjunctive. Let's see the example. I wish you would stop playing. So, this sentence is a more annoyed version of I want you to stop playing. So if you add would, it's because you want to add that you are really angry because of a situation. Now, we have a very important note which is related with the verb hope. Don't use subjunctive with the verb hope. You need to apply the normal rules. Let's see the example. I hope the computer works. As you can see, we add the s after the verb. So what does it mean? That we are not using subjunctive because the verb is hope. So if you are going to use hope, don't use subjunctive. And this is a very important exception that we need to bear in mind. Well, another important note is that, as I told you, we are expressing wishes in the past subjunctive. So it's also possible to use past perfect or continuous past perfect. For example, she wishes they had studied harder. And what happened here is that we are still expressing a wish. He wishes she had been staying with us last week. And the same case here. We are expressing something that is not probable to happen. Well, now we have a little exercise in order to check if you understand the past subjunctive. So what you have to do, guys, is to complete these sentences and putting the verb in the correct form. Okay, so for example, I wish she, you have here now to put the verb in the correct way. So you have to put past subjunctive. should not be so lazy all the time. If I be older, I would have more money. It's time we stop having these roles. If only the situation decides the end. He wished they can see the opportunity. I would rather she not write to me. They hope the store opens. So guys, I hope you really enjoy the video. I hope you understand the topic. It's a very difficult topic, but we as teachers we need to understand this in order to avoid mistakes in our speech, because this is very formal. And for example, native speakers they don't know very well this topic, and they also make mistakes because of that. So we need to know subjunctive and apply it. Thank you so much, guys, and in the next slide you will find the answers.